Hello, everyone, to another round here of our Winter 2026 Map Rando Tournament. I am Nito, and I am joined here on commentary with Lopter, and we have Rubu on tracking. And we've got a lovely game of Minesweeper happening here on Techno's screen, but we'll get that out of the way in a little bit here. We are starting with item draft, and the starting items are going to be Wave and X-Ray. Lopter, what do you think about those picks, and what do you think about this matchup?
Well, I like the picks, I like the bands. I think it's a very interesting matchup. I was looking forward to this for like a week already. So very excited to see how this turns out. And,
I agree that... Oh,
what
go
I
ahead.
really hope is that Techno doesn't start playing another round of Minesweeper during the game, which he has been known for.
Very true. That would be tragic for his potential placement in this. But yeah, I do agree it's going to be a very interesting matchup. A couple of unique skill sets here between these players, and we'll just have to see what the seed delivers to them and how they handle it.
Yeah. 9th and 10th seed, I believe. So very close up in seeding as well.
And this is the lower bracket gold round 4. So the winner of this will move on to round 5 to face, I believe, Andy?
Yep, Andy.
And the loser will be heading to the silver bracket.
So let's quickly go back to the picks and bans. So Techno banned bombs, which I did too against Derp, because if you've looked at Derp's past races, he always picked bombs in item draft. I don't know if that's like a comfort pick, or maybe he just feels confident in the double bomb jump, so what the reason was. I just thought if he always picked that, I'd ban it against him, and Techno seems to do the same.
If I had to guess, I think Derp just probably feels better with like an early explosive just to get that out of the way, so that maybe there's less scrambling around for that first item to pick up.
Right, especially if the first explosives are power bombs, you kind of get into a bad resource loop early on in the game.
Yeah, and then the other ban was high jump, I believe.
Yep, high jump. So no underwater wall jumping. I assume that's the easiest conclusion.
That's usually the intention of either picking or banning it, is enabling or getting rid of underwater wall jumping, yeah.
So we got an early Fantoon. See if we find missiles here. We don't. Both players, same room. Maybe Derp is going back. Derp going back, maybe for an supers only Fantoon. Maybe biting the bullet early. Yeah, looks like it. I like it.
I do like just, you know, having like a cutoff limit to searching for those first missiles and just saying, you know what, we'll just do the fight. It'll take a little longer, but you'll get the information faster, and there's no guarantee of when those first missiles are going to show up.
Yeah. I've been punished severely by not going for a super only Fantoon early on and just searching for missiles everywhere. So I can definitely respect the play.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Techno, comfortable blinding here, he has found his first power bombs here in Bluebrand E-Tanker.
Yeah, still no missiles. So he will still have to blind.
The best case scenario then is that this dead ends into maybe a missile pack or something, so that he can then just take the path right back to Fantoon and start the fight, making it a lot quicker as well.
Oh, already getting dead ended by a water room though, so that is time waste that the Derp won't have to waste. So really be able to see how this Yeah, affects timing-wise when Techno finds first missiles, gets to fight Fentoon maybe a little bit quicker. I think even if you're just on one missile, it's not even that much faster fighting Fentoon. Just because, well, one missile pack Fentoon is still horrible to fight.
It is. It kind of depends on how experienced you are with the fight, because that, even going in with just one missile pack, you're still going to want to have the ability to like keep missile drops up for when you damage Fentoon. You can quickly refill and maximize that damage. Otherwise, you're still looking at like a 4-round, maybe even a 5-round fight, depending on how that turns out.
Yeah, exactly. So at least with a super-only fight, you have a guarantee on how long it will take.
Yeah, but Derp is finished with the fight here. That looked like it didn't take very long for him. Still under 5 minutes on the timer. So he's going to get some really nice information here for Brinstar.
Oh, there's the first nothing.
Right, with the 2 starting items, there will be 2 empty item spots here somewhere around the map, representing Wave and X-Ray.
Just looking at the map, there's not really missiles. The first missiles would be in the Firefly room.
Passed a couple X's as well through early supers.
But yeah, Techno is quite away from that room and just blinding everything, so this will really pay off for Derp.
I think so, yeah. Significant information advantage, and he's already done with the boss, and Techno's going to have to probably spend the same amount of time. Or he's just going to blind into a new zone. He finds Meridia and Big Pink.
That's good progression-wise, but he will have to go back for Fentoon at some point. And I actually don't quite remember the Brinstar map layout. Maybe there is another zone somewhere at the top. Oh, finds Varia, I guess. That's good.
Varia's a very good find. But I would expect Derp to also find this should he choose Meridia as well, and it really wasn't out of the way.
Right, it really depends on if there was another area in Brinstar.
Yeah, so we're going to look here at the Meridia map. A few majors nearby, a connection to Wreck Ship. The path is blocked by either Batoon, Boyan Gate Hall, or Lava Dive to get to Wreck Ship. That's quite the series of connections you would have to go through to make it back. Although Varia through Lava Dive with 3 tanks, really not that big of an issue. Derp making his way up. So it looks like he won't be visiting Meridia here right off the bat.
Are you just grabbing these X's, seeing some items he wants to grab? Oh, there's a major here as well.
Yeah, I couldn't tell or remember if there was another zone up here at the upper part of Brinstar, or if it was a dead-end zone.
He didn't quite scroll all the way up the second time around, so I didn't get to see. Finds Springball.
It's going to be very helpful for early water movement.
Nope, it seems like Meridia is the only exit.
Okay, so he will eventually run into this Varia suit, and it, like, the early Springball here then is probably going to be very necessary for any sort of progression. I think that Techno might have to turn around here at some point. I would expect that he gets blocked here without that.
Oh, even if he doesn't get blocked, it's really bad because he's leaving Fentoon in a dead end zone behind.
Exactly, yeah.
And Derp already up to 20 super, so...
That's a lot of firepower early on.
Yeah. But the Varia is about to find, having Springball already, I don't see much that's stopping him. A bit of blind parkour action.
Yep. So both of our players here just doing a little ammo collection. Techno picking up the surrounding majors as well. It looks like all paths will eventually lead into wrecked ship, though. I didn't see any other zone entrances from Meridia, so
Yeah, me
there must
neither.
be some solution for what I think was East Ocean or Coliseum. It was a big water room.
I didn't quite get to see the Meridian map, sadly. There's NNT on the right. Oh, okay. Change saying the 2 other zones to the right as well.
Oh, okay. So there is other options for them.
Okay, Derp has selected supers for this IBJ. I'm excited to see what this is going. Never seen this one. Oh, never mind. Switching to power up.
Wow,
Wow, that's
interesting.
spicy.
Okay, yeah.
I like it.
I have not seen that technique before for getting that item. But getting Speed Booster there, very huge. The more that Derp finds here in Brinstar, the more I worry about what Techno's eventually going to run into unless he goes back.
Finding charge.
Charge. Okay, so Charge Varia plus Wave Spazer. That's also pretty huge. He doesn't have to concern himself as much with ammo pickup. He's got a decent beam for boss fights. The way this is panning out, I really don't know who has like a clear lead besides the Fantoon kill for Derp here. He's definitely ahead on objectives, but both seem pretty equal in terms of their boss capability.
I agree. I'd say Derp is still slightly ahead just because he doesn't have to backtrack to Brinstar again, and he's entering Meridia right now. And I'm not sure when Techno is actually planning to go back, because it doesn't look like he is going to yet.
Yeah, he's completely comfortable just pressing forward here, right?
Yeah, it makes sense, because Techno doesn't know that Brinstar is a dead-end zone. It might just connect somewhere else to the top, and going back is a hard commitment.
That's true.
To leaving everything down here behind.
Yeah. And he just seems to be really pushing for Norfair and Turian, so I'm afraid this is going to hurt a lot.
Green.
Flashbang, but green.
So we can't go wrecked ship, really. I don't think we've found a solution yet. It is indeed Colosseum. So either Norfair or Turian it is from here. Let's see if Derp decides to collect some of these mages. He still is locked out of some of, or even most of the water rooms. So I think he definitely should check them out.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have a solution for a lot of those complicated water rooms. Okay, it looks like Techno is making his way back into Brinstar. He does realize that he needs to clear this zone.
That's a very good decision. I like it. Oh, ends up in the bottom of bowling though. I think you can find an X here.
Yeah.
Derp finds charge. Looks like at the camera, laughing a bit. Charge, the most controversial item of Season 4. What's your opinion on this?
I do think that maybe we have a couple too many supers in the pool personally, but there is still power in Charge Beam. It's just how effective it is compared to other seasons, in my opinion.
Yeah, that makes sense. I haven't played too many races, so I don't want to comment too much myself on the case, but just out of experience of the tournament matches I've had, I only find power bombs everywhere. I don't find supers. So for me personally, it feels like there's actually not more super packs in the game, but more power bomb packs in the game.
Yeah,
I guess that's just my bad luck.
Your mileage may vary. I mean, I was watching Eddie run a race earlier today, and he actually got all
every
50 power bombs.
Yeah. I saw that too.
He was really pushing hard for ammo there, and I think he only had 20 supers compared to the 50 power bombs. It was crazy.
So derp finding high jump, basically go mode now, and right next to the Turian and Norfair entrance.
Techno starting his Fantoon fight, so he will get the rest of this info here, and yeah, that having high jump, speed booster, spring ball, that covers the vast majority of water rooms. Really the only exception being like pants room or something, as long as you know.
We have X-ray, right?
So we do have X-ray. Well,
Techno picked X-ray for the item draft.
We'll see if he has to deal with that. And derp is now in Turian.
Very nice save here as well to pivot out in case Turian is empty. Yeah, looks like the early Fantoon really put derp in the lead. Just looking at it, Techno finishes Fantoon very soon, and then it's just 2 areas back to where derp is with the smaller item loadout.
Yeah, that early Fantoon really paying off. Derp jumping into GT here.
I like it. Full on committing. Not trying to find his way around. Yes, the supers, no reason to waste time looking for a different route.
He's got the supers, and more importantly, he's got the save in case, for whatever reason, this is just not a good direction.
Exactly.
So Techno done with Fantoon here. He's going to see what else he has to do in Brinstar before he realizes he just has to go back where he came. But I'm sure he's going to target these majors on the way out.
I hope he does. We know speed is in one of them, so...
Yep, speed and spring. They feel pretty necessary right now. Good fight for derp on GT. Finding Red Tower.
Oh, map is way over there.
I see why he did the fight now, because it looked like that was the only way to really move in this direction.
It makes sense with Caterpillar Room. You think the green gate door is the other way back. So it makes sense for logic to make GT one way. Well, not logic, but the map builder. The map building algorithm. So could have stored a spark there to spark through pillars. Missed opportunity. There was done some cool sparks so far. I don't know if we've been paying attention. But I think he sparked through both gauntlet rooms.
Oh wow, yeah. When you get speed booster, you just kind of have to get into a like a mindset of the next room could really use a shine spark.
Yeah, exactly.
To optimize your movement. And we got a big raid here from SpeedGaming joining us now for game 1 of derp versus TechnoWaffle. Interesting game so far, with our starting items being Wave and X-Ray. And derp taking a slightly early lead here from what it looks like, as far as we can tell right now. So
there's a water check. So high jump spring, at least for Turian, is mandatory. Unless you want to do some crazy speed springboard strat across.
Yeah, I don't think our players are looking to get into the insane category of tricks on this run if they can help it. So high jump spring, that'll be the answer.
You know, Techno has been grinding a lot of room strats lately, especially high difficulty ones.
Yeah, he's been exploring some of those more difficult tech to see if can help out his gameplay at all.
So I wouldn't be too surprised if he decides to pull one out.
Yeah. Derp finding space jump, so that's just gonna help his movement even more here.
Oh, I love space jump, one of my favorite items. In item draft, it's, for me, a decision between high jump, space jump, and screw attack.
Yeah.
So those 3 items are, for me, the most impactful. The only thing I don't like about high jump is it enabling underwater wall jumps. And while I can do them, I just don't enjoy them.
It does come up in a lot of cheese, it certainly does. This map is like, it's a journey to get to in Torian.
And so far we've seen most of Torian as well. There's just the left door of the elevator right now we're skipping. So currently it seems very barren. Nothing really here. Could be a huge time waster.
I'm sure Derp would love to keep that space jump, but it might be more appropriate to just revert out, depending
I
on
think it
what the rest
definitely
of his
has to
map looks
revert
like.
out. If there's nothing here. There's a save right at the entrance you can revert to.
And Techno has made it back to Meridia, so now he's looking at these other zones.
Yeah, oh no, there's a criteria up there. But Space Jam is still probably not worth to keep.
Is he gonna walk
Looks like
this
he's
out?
keeping it.
Yeah, he's gonna walk this out. I find that very interesting, although, like, you know, Space Jump can save quite a bit of time.
But does it save this much time? It's a long track back. It's not fast rooms either.
I think it's highly questionable right now, for sure.
We have to go through East Ocean again.
That won't be as bad with Space Jump now, because he'll be starting out of the water.
Right, but just saying it's not even fast rooms you can track back through. Yeah,
like, I think we're both saying the same thing. We're like, we're not sure about this play, but we'll see.
Like even just reversing and grabbing Space Jump again would have probably been faster.
It might have been, yeah. I think he definitely struggled with the decision though. Like we've got the classic Derp looking at the camera and talking and being. I think he does that just to get his thoughts out there and make sure he's not tunnel visioning on something.
So Techno is now also entering Torian.
Okay,
so that's a good sign for Derp at least.
It's a good sign for Derp, yeah, because we know Torian's got pretty much nothing here.
Trying to take sides, just saying.
He sees GT and he's like, no, I'm not going to deal with that right now.
Yeah, and instead going to blind criteria. That could be huge.
That is pretty huge, yeah. Map
so
not
now
too
it's
far away.
Looking very different. If Techno finds some good items here and decides to, if he goes for T-map, which makes sense, unless every boss is here in criteria, which very well could happen, right? Yeah. If Techno decides to skip the Torian map or revert it, he could be in the lead again.
It's possible. So now they are in roughly the same spot. So at least having Space Jump will, the farther they go into this race, make it so that Derp's movement is a little better. But it suddenly got a lot closer than it was before. It just depends on how much Techno values T on the potential return route.
Got a lot of water rooms here.
Yeah. Hi, Spospo.
So that just connects back to the middle of Eris, so it's a completely optional spawn fight.
Yep, and I think that's good sense to drop out of there. That's not a fight you want to be doing at this point unless absolutely necessary.
And Techno's about to get the map, so we'll see what criteria is in store for us.
Yep, no Space Jump makes us a little slower, but with Spring Ball, it's no problem.
Show us all the bosses. Nope. Absolutely.
How about 0?
No, Ridley. Don't do the overlookies. Ridley is
where's Ridley?
Right. Oh, right to the right behind
there he is. Okay. You know, I couldn't see him because there's like a boss icon in the way.
Oh, right. Makes sense. I've grown used to the boss icons. I can see them now.
It's only Ridley for me. Like every other boss room, I don't have a problem with.
Yeah, because you can see the X's underneath. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, my pattern recognition at least has adapted to also see the boss icons. But I can definitely see the issue people are having with specifically finding Ridley on the map.
Yeah. So I thought Derp made this jump before.
He
I
definitely did.
I didn't see what brought him back here.
He's going to spore spawn and probably falling better out, yeah.
Yeah, that jump is not very easy to do, and the nature of Spore Spawn's room, like you're just not going to have the momentum unless you're directly on the side of the door frame to stay in the room.
So struggling a bit with this, I'm surprised. So, is he going to do spore spawn? He saw Everest on the top right.
Yeah, I was not sure what he was aiming for with that.
Is it pirated? So just maybe doesn't wanna springball jump Everest and thinks there's a room connecting spore spawn and the map.
I think he got confused before thinking that Spore Spawn was in the direction of the map. Because it's not a direct connection to the crab hole of Mount Everest. There's a room in between, but I think, yeah, I think he knows now that there's definitely an alternative path to there.
Meanwhile, tagging on his way to Ridley. Think he's going the wrong way, but he'll figure out soon, or I figure out soon that he's not. Depending on who's wrong here. Oh, grabs an E-tank.
It's good for a refill, but I'm assuming he meant to just go to...
Yeah, I think so too.
Ridley.
Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he's just a bit scared of Three Musketeers. Maybe not too versed in the room traversal.
Starting above and going down is definitely a lot easier than the other way, but...
Derp reverted. Back to Torian. Did he not see Ridley? I didn't see what happened.
He must have not. I think he might have maybe instantly reverted on seeing the map.
A missile refill here. What are these? So it depends. Either he saw Ridley and just wanted the missile refill in Torian, which seems dubious, or he didn't see Ridley and for some reason wants his missile refill to go back to...
I think he had to have seen Ridley if he reverted just for the missile refill.
But still, is this worth it? Like, you have charge wave Spacer.
He has to do the fish tank jump again and traverse through Mount Everest. But Techno is going to be done very fast here with Ridley. Just a little bit of cleanup, maybe a missed super here or there. Yeah, Ridley should be dead. Okay, so nice. Techno taking the objective lead now. There's still the question of whether he does Torian or not, or if he's just going to abandon it. So
it would be very dubious if he abandons Torian, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would be wondering what he was thinking if he did that. So I think it's still advantage derp here for the moment, but it depends on what Techno does here coming out of Criteria.
Especially if he reverts the Torian map, or if he decides to backtrack it with space.
Yeah.
That's a huge lead looking at it. That's a long track to Ridley for Dub still.
It is, yeah.
Only three supers and a quick major seems like a fine reset. I mean, you reset so much of the progress into Criteria. And there's a farm right here too, so...
Yeah, I don't think it was worth a reset.
No, not at all. Maybe he didn't see the farm, maybe...
He kind of looked at the camera and was like, oh well. Like I think he knew that was probably a bad revert after he realized that Batcave was there.
Yeah. It's crazy to Baron said it too. It's crazy to me that he even remembered there was a missile refill station in Torian.
That's some like expert map knowledge, like just keeping track of where your convenient refills are like that. But ultimately, I think it did cost him some time, but he is going to start the Ridley fight here. He's super pack short of where Techno is, but with Charge Wave Spacer, it's really not that big of a problem.
Yeah. So Techno back into Torian now. Let's see what he decides to do here.
Yeah. If he skips this, I'm just gonna be in shock.
I'm gonna be disgusted. No, okay, it looks like...
Yeah, he's going to GT. Okay. Alright. Everything makes sense now.
So this will be the difference maker. How fast can Techno get to the map versus how fast can Derp exit Criterion.
That will
With
definitely
how
decide
far
who's in the lead.
away the Torian map is, I think Derp might still have the advantage. What do you think?
I think so. Yeah, it's going to be pretty close, I think, but I think it's slight derp advantage right now.
Nice pseudo screw through the Metroids. I like it. Showing off some real cool strats here.
Yeah. The derp has an insane amount of game knowledge. Like you can never count him out on like doing what is the most efficient thing per room.
Oh. Okay, it looks like Techno is going up, which is the correct direction.
Gonna take the refill here in Batcave just for a little bit, just to have some supers for probably future super doors or anything like that.
Yeah, always handy to have. Never wanna encounter a super door without supers. So, thinking... Okay, I might have an idea to why Derp actually kept Space Jump. You remember Colosseum blocking Rig Chip?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, that might have been the idea, keeping Space Jump for a solution to Colosseum. Because we didn't have Grapple yet.
Grapple, yeah. That could be a really good thing. Of course, I did find Grapple, so it was a solution for that, but I still think the bonus movement is going to come in handy here with Space Jump. It's just a matter of was it worth the time.
So yeah, Derp already back in Meridia. That was a quick backtrack.
Yeah. So Derp definitely with the lead here. Techno's best scenario here is seeing the Torian map and just completely reverting back out, I think.
Yeah, he has to. Also isn't as tied to Space Jump if he thinks about Colosseum because he has the grapple.
Yeah, he actually didn't get Space Jump on his path here. Or no, he did. Sorry, I was looking at the tracker and did not see Space Jump marked. Sorry, Rubu.
Kind of surprised both win TB for N. They're so close. I think it's a fine decision.
It depends on how many objectives you've got left, right? Like, they still had 3 left at that point. I think you're probably thinking you hit both zones, so you want to clear the smaller zone a little bit faster.
I think Torrent was also just closer.
Yeah.
Because
okay, so
maybe not.
Techno did revert out, so sorry, Reboot, please take away space. I would assume that he's going to go to Norfair now. That is the next.
Yo, imagine he goes to Red
location.
Chip though.
Yeah, imagine.
Okay,
It's got
remap.
Braid, Dre, and Mother Brain there.
Well, Crate and Dre are both here.
Along with the ship.
And Mother Brain seems to be in Red Chip. So somewhat good awareness of keeping space for Colosseum. Too bad we got grappled. That would have been a huge punish.
Right. It's kind of amazing that it's this close given the big difference in decision making early on in Brinstar with how to handle Phantoon, I think.
Yeah. Very nice, quick kill. Yeah, just a few decision differences in derp killing Phantoon early and Techno not, and then the decision to keep all of Turian. Just somewhat equaling out, but not killing Phantoon early, being punished more here.
I think so. The grapple is going to come in real handy for this Dragon kill as well, so definitely not a loss to have found that in addition to Space Jump, I think. Techno also sees what's here in Norfair. Just a couple bosses, and then you gotta leave.
Do you think it's worth going for these majors here? They're not too far away, but they're also not close either.
No, I don't think going for the majors is worth it. They've got everything they need to handle every room. They can handle Mother Brain. They're both in go mode.
Right. Just thinking of maybe finding ice would be very beneficial.
Ice would be nice. Gravity could be good for the remaining rooms that they have to traverse, but I don't know. I think you just go. We didn't potentially miss Mother Brain and Brinstar, did we? I don't think we did, but
I hope not. I don't think I did. I don't think we did. Dragon to the right here. Just such a close race.
yeah.
Only one boss difference right now.
Yeah, they're just like Techno's just right behind Derp, so it's Derp's game to lose, but you know, one mistake could be a big difference here.
Now try and sparking west from the game. Going for any percent strat instead. With space. Good enough.
Took a hit, but otherwise it was clean execution. This pirate's still hit really hard with Variasoon, 100 per.
Nice quick kill from both players.
Well done. That's how I like my shrimp.
Do we get a baby skip? That's the question.
I think he's gonna try. No reason not to, I think.
So now Techno has been complaining about baby skip for Map Rando specifically because in Map Rando the baby's animation is sped up. The initial animation, and he says that completely screws up his setup. He has a setup based on the baby's animation that he can't do anymore.
Really?
So we'll see if it affects him at all.
Yeah. That's interesting, because I thought it was just the intro of the side hopper coming in that was sped up, but otherwise everything else was the same.
It is, and that's actually what Techno uses as a visual cue, I think. That's what he told me, at least.
Okay, well, we'll see if that factors in.
He has like a bomb spread set up from somewhere around here. And since he can't do this anymore, he does this setup, which sometimes works, and looks good actually. Oh, no, I
so close.
didn't quite get it.
He wanted one more spin.
Yeah. That is a rough setup with no bombs, just running forward and then pretzel jumping it.
It is, but as with most things in Super Metroid, if it's faster, it's better. And that one is faster to get through the full setup, to get through the door, if you do it right. Alright, so Derp making his way over to wrecked ship here, which I think that is our last zone. We've seen every other zone.
Yep.
And that also means that every zone needed to be traversed in order to complete this rando, so pretty much nothing could be skipped.
That's the kind of rando people dream of.
Yeah,
no dead-end zones. Your mother brain right here? Nope.
Derp was going for it, though. He knows that he's going to be targeting rooms that have multiple left doors to see if he can spike a mother brain find without having to get the map.
Oh, right here? Yeah.
Ah, here we go.
That makes sense. If you see the room above being 4 tiles, you immediately check the room below as well.
Yeah.
Might as well
so no Zeb skip available, but the room right outside Mother Brain is a farm, so it's not going to be terribly slow to clear everything here to be able to start the fight.
I think this is the best case scenario with the farm right here.
Yeah. I like that he spent majority missiles, because those are going to be a lot faster to farm here off of Post-Croc Farm compared to the supers. They'll just have to clear the tank, spend a few super missiles, and then it'll be a relatively short fight with Charge Wave Spazer plus about 22 supers.
So Techno having to take a bit more time on Colosseum, not having space jump here. Probably not worth the actual backtrack out of terrain, but still sometimes safe to justify space.
So everyone get in your escape timer guesses. We are going wrecked ship through Meridia to Norfair to get back to the ship.
$267, I like it. 67 is a bit low, I think.
I think that is a bit low, and also an invalid guess, unfortunately.
No, that's a totally valid guess. If 69 is a valid guess, 67 is also.
They're both invalid. What do you mean?
Yeah, just look how close this race actually is. TechnoDog
Yeah.
also going for Mother Brain. Really good first race. I like it.
Yeah.
Just showing the difference of the early supers only Fentoon, which has bit me before, so definitely keep that in mind as well.
Absolutely. And it also showcases the difference of how they handle Turian, where like derp should be 225. Do we have any winners there? Dark Forces at work with the 225. Congratulations, you get the metaphorical cookie. As I was saying, it also showcases the difference in how they handle Turian, because I think that derp should be minutes ahead here, but it's much closer than we would have expected based on how they handled it.
This shows how far one small decision mistake can go, right?
Yeah.
And, how you have to play basically perfectly. Oh, saving the animals for the flags. Oh my god, I can't believe he's doing this.
Okay, derp. We get it.
The BM. I can't believe it.
Can you imagine? Because like this race is pretty tight, but can you imagine if that ended up being the difference?
I think if that's a difference, he will carry that with respect.
Yeah, no, like mad props for doing that, but also what the heck? Techno clearing Mother Brain here. He will start on escape shortly. I am curious if he will also save the animals, because that would be really cool, but this is still in Derp's wheelhouse to take this.
Oh, going for the map. I think
Interesting.
Derp also went for the map. I'm not quite sure he did. Very clean escape movement so far for Derp.
Yep.
Don't think anything can go wrong here.
The only thing that could go wrong is a misrouting, but I think he is well on his way to Norfair.
Techno not saving the animals. I'm disappointed. Am I though? I don't like the animals.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a little out of character for you.
And there's ship already.
Yep.
Can you get to ship within 44 seconds? Find out in the next episode.
And Derp finishing here with an official time of 45:08. Derp takes game 1 over TechnoWaffle.
Yep, that's a snipe.
Yep. So well played by Derp. Some good decision making early on, I think, really contributed to that.
Yeah.
TechnoWaffle will get a chance here to take game 2. We're always hoping for a game 3 around here. Techno will finish out the escape as well. He's so close, he might as well.
Yeah, very nice first race. I like it. Showcases just how much impact those small differences can make.
Yeah. Do you think we're going random objectives or a multi-category for game 2?
I personally would like to see some random objectives. I think it's the more interesting out of the two, just because we had multi-category in the past tournament already. But
I would agree with that.
Who picked this first one?
It was Techno. Techno is a higher seed, but he chose to be player 2, so yeah. This is Derp's pick.
Okay. And that's Techno finishing with an official race time of 46:40.
GG's to both. And welcome back, everybody, to game 2 between Derp and TechnoWaffle. Derp taking game 1. It ended up being a relatively close race between them on item draft, but here we are now with Gravity 9+1. Lopter, what do you think about Techno's chances here of bringing us to a game 3?
Oh, it's difficult to say. I don't know. We had a strong performance from both players in game 1. And, okay, just looking at Minesweeper right now. Oh.
Yeah, do you think that chance goes down if he has to deal with Minesweeper?
Depends. Anybody want to redeem it during his race?
I don't think he'll honor that redeem, but we'll see.
So Gravity 9+1. So we had both no objectives and Metroids banned immediately, like they usually are. And then we got a choice of 3 double suits. So we got to pick Gravity 9+1 as our double suit category.
Yeah, I'm trying to... I think that it was... I'd have to check inertia here on who banned what. I think it was Techno banning Metroids, and then Derp banned both No Objectives and Varia.
Banning Ice and Morph immediately. I like it.
It's a favorite combo of mine.
Oh yeah, I know.
All right, so Gravity 9+1, this is supposed to represent Pseudo Varia. They have plenty of E-tanks to complete the game, but what these games really come down to is health management. Knowing where your quick refills are, knowing that you can do a lot of heated runs throughout the game, and you technically have all the health you need to do anything necessarily, but yeah, it comes down to a lot of health management and just finding the necessary equipment you need to defeat the bosses.
So we see ice immediately justified in Red Tower. That's nice for Techno.
Yeah, ice generally being a filler beam, but is definitely the filler that is the most utility, I think, when it comes to hard tricky. So often gets integrated into progression no matter what.
Derp doing a quick loop around into Red Tower. Very nice. Finding speed up here. So off to a good start, no speed locks.
Yep, good movement.
Won't get blocked by speed locks.
Oh, Derp turning around, seeing Torian escape, which I believe is where Techno got his speed booster from.
Good thing there's a dead end up here. So, unless he decides to skip it on the way down as well, probably won't get too punished for it.
It'll be hard to say because power bombs are here, so he might think that there's plenty to do elsewhere. We'll have to see if he decides to do that. Yeah, you get hooked up with every single ammo type in this one room.
Yeah, at least won't have to scour for those.
Okay, is he going to go back into Torian escape?
He's not.
He is not. Uh-oh.
Finding springboard here. Is logic chain just over, or what's going on here?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Gravity definitely negates the need for a lot of different majors.
I mean, double suit speed and all minor types. I think logic chain is just over. We can go everywhere.
Yeah. Derp,
so yeah,
Derp
skipping speed. That's not good.
We'll have to see if this stops him later on, but it depends on how much later on it'll happen. I mean, like
even if not, speed is just such a good movement item too.
Yeah, but
the map is somewhat close.
It's gonna create a divide that gets larger and larger the longer that Derp doesn't have speed booster for.
So we get another immediate Fantoon. Wasn't the business center last race also?
It was, yeah. Is this even randomized? Like,
Techno should probably save sometime at least once. I think so too, but especially after you lose game 1, you wanna try to push everything you got. Save everything the second you can and save, especially if you're on 10 tanks.
Yeah, I'm okay with not hitting the save right away here, especially when you know you've got a Fantoon fight that you got to do. And at least this time they have a missile pack to do this, so there's no question that they're going to do this fight right away.
Still pretty awful fight in just one missile pack.
It is, yeah. Comes down to that ammo management during the fight.
Fantoon dodging all of Techno's missiles here.
Yeah, Techno's movement when you're trying to manipulate Fantoon around is a little shaky here. You want to like jump in a specific way to make it so that Fantoon kind of leaves the screen from the top and then will re-enter from the bottom, kind of like how he's getting it here now, so that you can just line up all your missiles when he comes back on screen.
And Derp overtakes Techno here with a better Fantoon fight.
Yeah, he was a little bit behind, but a cleaner Fantoon fight will get him out of here a little bit faster.
No missiles for Techno, so annoying.
Yeah, so I think Derp's going to get the map here. He's going to see that a major was behind Torian escape. He's probably going to make his way back here.
I hope at least he does.
It'd
Maybe
be
he's thinking he's
pretty,
go mode.
yeah, it'd be pretty crazy if he leaves us behind, I think.
Mother Brain right here. Mage up there, looks a bit annoyed. Scrolling the map out in the circle there.
He might think this is Spazer or something, considering
Yeah,
its
it's
location.
good chance it also good chance it just is, right?
Yeah.
So I could see a world where he skips this. He shouldn't, but I could see one.
He didn't save, so he seems to think that this is definitely necessary.
Let's just save down here in Parlor, right next to the Torian entrance. I think this is more worth it.
Ah, I see. But yeah, we got 4 zone connections. Criteria is the hub zone. We got Mother Brain and Ridley here as well.
I hate this
Yikes.
already.
Yep.
People complain about 50-50s in map and about a 25-25, 25-25.
I feel like it's okay. Not to be devil's advocate, but it's still technically a 50-50 because I think you want to tackle these either clockwise or counterclockwise. You probably
Right, you say that until every boss is just in one zone, including charge plasma.
I know. You probably start with Torian right underneath you. It is the closest zone. However, I think that's not what Techno's doing here.
He's going for the mages to the left of Criteria, which makes sense.
Yeah, so he's going to let the majors guide him, and then he'll probably choose the closest zone. That's usually how it works out.
I mean, technically he doesn't need anything anymore, right? He could just farm X's, which are much more valuable at this point. Oh, finds Plasma though.
Plasma's really nice. Change is saying that all the zones are connected here.
Meridia at the top, Brinstar, North, yeah, Turin at the bottom. Where's Wreck Chip?
I did not see Wreck Ship.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh wait, was that at the bottom?
Bottom of Pala was Turin. No, was it? Yeah, it was Turin. Is it at the bottom? We'll see. If
Chat is saying W is at the bottom.
One of them opens the map again. I'll have a closer look.
Yeah.
So let's see if charge is just right here. And then we are done with the game. Hold. Oh, nope.
See you.
Makes sense that Spacer is here. Because Plasma is also here, right? And the logic tries to place Spacer on the same step or even before Plasma. So yeah, derp looking to take the same route here, going for the left side of Criteria for the mages. What would you do in this situation? Do you think mages are still worth it if you have everything you need?
I would definitely be prioritizing ammo, I think, but it depends on like how much ammo I'm seeing initially. I think that some majors are still, I think, worth going for. I don't think I would pick up every major that I see. I think the more majors I get at this point, the closer the major has to be for me to want to deviate from what I think is the best route to go for it. But derp will also get plasma here, so they've got a good beam if they can find charge.
Right, so that incentivizes mages a bit more, obviously.
Yeah. But starting with gravity and so many tanks, it kind of just makes it so that so much of the world is open now that those specific majors could pretty much be anywhere.
Exactly, and almost every other major is basically useless, right? They still have the movement that they provide, but they're not getting you anywhere where you can't go before.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ted was right, Wreck Chip is just here. Too bad it's just empty. Classical Wreck Chip.
Never change Wreck Chip. So yeah, Criteria, the true hub region containing connections to every single other region. It is a 20, 20, 20, 20, 20.
And it seems like we have divergence right here. So there was the terrain connector also to Rect Chip. So it's not too bad entering Rect Chip, except I have to switch through Shack Tool apparently.
Yeah.
Dev
That's gonna
instead
be
going for
very slow.
Prince Star. See where that leads. Oh, can we short charge this? This would be sick.
You can get a short charge here, but it's very tight.
Doesn't look like it.
I think you could carry it from this room,
this?
though.
Oh, this is gonna be tight. Hold.
Oh, he could have had that. Yeah, this is doable.
Yeah, he could have had that. The more attempts you take, though, the more HP you're gonna lose.
Right.
So Techno entering terrain right now. Hip is all the way out there. So this has just become a movement fest already. Just who can move through the world faster. Just gotta keep moving.
They're trying again. Oh, a little bit high. A little bit high. He's trying to hold angle down, jumping through the door there. I think it would work a little bit better if he did a spin jump and then wall jumped off the door frame to get up there. I think that'd be a little bit faster.
I think you're just scared because speed no high jump, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice nothing. Reverts back into Criteria.
Yeah, that's another thing about Gravity 9+1 is that there are now 11 items, 11 item locations that are just going to be nothings because they were the tanks and the suit that you start the game with. So blinding can have a little bit less value if you have a 11% chance that your item check is going to be a nothing.
They're saying, screw this brains, I'm going to North instead.
Did he, what did he run into? Or
he ran into a dead-end nothing item and reverted back to Criteria. And decided to explore North instead.
I see. Techno making his way through Amphitheater. Again, with the amount of tanks, really not a big issue.
Right.
Ideally, I think both players are just going to be wanting to book it to maps, just so that they can cover as much ground as possible, get as much of the map explored and revealed, looking for those objectives and the ammo or weapons they need to just complete the objectives. That's like the only thing that needs to be done right now.
That's too low.
Gotta be like a whole tile higher from that point.
Gotta check the room. Maybe it's just Colosseum, right? Connects right back up.
Yeah.
There was a setup that I think Username did in one of their matches.
Yeah, used 2B toms.
Yeah. Now also made into a map random thread, which is pretty cool.
That's
consistent
awesome.
Setup for the ice clip.
Techno back in Criteria, so he really didn't find anything between Torian and Rect Ship, and I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, that fits.
Yeah, North is also just empty. All the bosses in one zone?
All Brinstar and Meridia at this point?
Yeah, we've seen everything else, just Brinstar and Meridia. Yeah, this was a major. Yeah, I think both players are probably skipping most of the majors right now if they're way too far out the way. They're checking this one, which is right next to the safe.
Wonder what he would want out of that right now.
Probably charge, not bombs. Does he keep bombs?
Does he have something else he needs to check before a revert?
There's 2 mages way to the left there. Don't think you should go for those.
No. So far away.
But you still also need to check for X's, right? If you're going to, you need to do some form of ammo routing. Either you go for the mages and go for charge, or you go for X's. But if you start to resetting zone after zone after zone, you can't really collect any X's.
Right.
So you have to commit to one zone.
It just, like, it didn't seem like the ammo situation was very good in Norfair. Like, that ammo is also on the very far side of Norfair along with those couple majors. So, yeah, I think he's leaving. He's keeping the bombs, which is interesting, but...
Yep, maybe some sort of can fly for I don't know what room.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine a situation where that would be required. They already have spring balls, so certain morph tunnels are not a problem.
That's great. A few easy mages as well.
Seems like a good call from Techno.
So that means Dragon is in Brinstar? We've seen everything else.
Yeah, has to be.
Ooh, X-ray.
Best scope.
Best item. And
space jump.
So still no solution to Ridley and Motherbrain.
Yeah.
So derp back into Brinstar seems like it took another entrance now.
So then he's going to end up potentially finding Dragon here. Like, we know Dragon's in Bryn, but just maybe hopefully wanders into it potentially on his way to the map. Who knows?
Preferably Dragon is at the far end of Brinstar so you can justify collecting ammo on the way. I think personally.
Yeah.
Dragon was right at the entrance and you're incentivized to just kill Dragon and leave. You're still not solving your ammo situation. And then you're leaving another zone behind. Because just looking at this, you get like 2 X's right next to Dragon. One spring ball and one down the green pirate shaft.
I think there was a third X in Terminator on the way in there.
I think derp one deck was speed. Dragon speed.
Techno finding screw attack.
Very nice item. Oh, another power bomb.
Aram, not what you want to see. You only want to see supers right now.
Oh yeah, Dragon is speed locked. That's nice.
Yeah, good thing he went back for that major then. So both players are going to be trading objective clears here in their respective zones. The problem for Derp at this point is that he chose the bigger zones, so he has a greater number of zones to still check between Turian Wreckship and Meridia. I think the way that Techno is approaching this is that it's going to work out for him to then go to Brinstar next, and then he'll just have all objectives located.
We could also still check Morphere, right? But if he doesn't, then that's a huge advantage for Techno.
Yeah, Techno could choose Norfair, but I think the way that he's working around the map, Brinstar is his next option.
Oh, can we get the quick kill still? Oh.
Not quite.
One super short.
Super. Yeah, one super. He got knocked out of the position that gives the consistent mouth open for Kraid, so he just couldn't really get set back up again. So both of our players in boss kills right now. Derp's got to be a little careful. His energy's looking... Okay, he's got the fight done. His energy was looking a little bit low. Yeah.
So Techno coming out of Meridia. Let's see where he decides to go next. This will basically decide it, I think. And the ammo situation is still... That's still... on both players' mind, not even close to having enough ammo.
Yeah.
And with Majors being so far out of the way, I don't think charge is an option anymore. At least not consistently. You always have to think about it, right? If you leave Majors behind, which are so far out of the way, you have to think about just that you may have left charge behind, and that you should maybe go for X's instead of gambling for charge being anywhere else.
Yeah, it's absolutely a concern. Like, I think Derp is fully committed to just going for X's right now.
Definitely
And
is going through Colosseum for 1X.
Yep. And since Techno didn't find charge in the few majors that were nearby for the Kraid fight, I think he should be thinking about abandoning it as well.
And Techno's going to Brinstar, indeed. So he is going to find Dragon here. Most likely.
He's going to go for the short charge as well.
And seeing Dragon here should just put him in X collection mode. See how long Techno decides to spend time on this.
Yeah, I can't understate how difficult this in-room shine charge is for the elevator room. It is very tight. Check the bottom room. Yep. Let's see if he thinks this is an option as well. It looks like he does. Yep.
So
Nope,
the left
he's
here
not
was
gonna
just a
try.
dead end. So this is the same situation Derp got in.
Yeah.
Gotta be a bit careful here. Plower house and just one tank in reserve.
Yeah, Derp definitely in a position of I would love to see like one of the few tanks left in the game, or a refill station, or even a farm room right now.
Yeah, that's what annoys me about Gravity 9+1 is just the requirement to... You're basically double suit, but you have to farm occasionally for 10 E-tanks, right?
Yeah, if you have to rely on a farm, it just feels really bad.
So maybe we see him in the Croc farm here. Oh, more power bombs.
The ammo not working out so far. He's still got a chance for a super, maybe even two in Green Pirate Shaft, but
He already peaked Green Pirate Shaft. It is one super and a missile.
Okay.
So we had 30-20 after that. Maybe we even go for the X's at Main Street. Bit far out of the way, but yeah, there's a looping climb supers there, and the next at the top of Main Street. It's not too far out of the way.
It's not, but I think that Derp knows he still has plenty of zones that he still needs to look in, so he might just take this route that had a few X's on it, and he might bail, I think. He's still looking for one more objective between three different zones. Yeah.
I can see it. I personally still think I would go for those X's because you don't know how Wreckship and Turian look like in Meridian.
Yeah.
Maybe the X's there are just abysmally far away, and these are somewhat close. And it's just a question of whether we want to risk it or not.
Yeah, I think the X's around Dragon were definitely a good call, even if he didn't quite get to go mode with it. Like, they're still roughly along your path. You're not spending too much time going for it. But I think he really wants to try and get to another zone.
Oh, be careful. Just always scared in that room.
So, Techno does see Dragon here, and I think by the time that he completes this route of X's, he will also be at 20 supers, which is still not quite enough for Ridley. It'll be interesting to see what Techno decides to do from there on how to solve the Ridley problem.
Yeah, makes sense that Derp goes for this X, especially after going for the X behind Colosseum. I think he's just very committed to grabbing every X he can right now.
That's fair. I don't think it's a bad play or anything. Like you're kind of in a mode of like you gotta just check anything that's even remotely on your path.
Oh, Techno. And 60 HP and 1 reserve.
Yeah,
Almost
you
out of ammo.
can't exactly throw out Shine Sparks during this fight at this point.
So top of Main Street also super. Final X check and climb supers right here. Maybe we can grab this missile because we should be at 40 missiles for the Mother Brain tank.
Techno! Ah!
Use the reserve before you get double hit.
That's a very good point. He should be putting some of his reserve into his main tank, because otherwise he'll take double damage from the hit that would trigger it. Timing was a little off on those missiles, not very many of them connected. He's just completely out of ammo right now.
Giga Chat move would be to disable all of your E-tanks right now so you get all missile drops.
True.
Or you just get all missile drops anyways.
Yeah, just get
Derp got the second X, which was a power bomb, but reverted afterwards, but didn't save after Main Street. So he has to go back from Main Street.
Yeah. Uh-oh. A little bit of a misplay there.
Techno still going for Shine Sparks on less than 1 E-tank of health. I like it.
He's a brave man.
This is unfortunate time loss for Derp.
Both players struggling right now, just in different ways.
Maybe the nerfs are kicking in. Right? Game 1 was very close. Both players definitely respecting each other. Taking these tiny mistakes could cost everything. Going for a spike suit on 40 HP, I like it.
Eventually lets that
and
blue
giving
suit
up the
go.
blue suit.
Yeah. Okay, Derp recollecting the super. I'm assuming he's going to be making his way down Croc Speedway to get out of Brinstar now.
Oh no, it's just bottom right of Green Hill Zone is the exit here.
Oh, I see. Okay, so he's on the other entrance.
Also didn't know when that happened, but Derp turn off ice a while ago. I like it. Especially when you get ice very early on. Saves so much time over the course of the entire run.
Yeah, for sure. I think you want ice if you don't have gravity yet, or you don't have any other higher damage beams, but when you have plasma and you have gravity, I think it's totally worth turning off. Just using one of your other pauses for looking at the map, just turn it off, and now you've got a beam that will still kill, and it'll do it one shot sooner for pretty much every enemy. No, Baron, Derp didn't die. He did a revert and accidentally reverted one of the super packs that he picked up, so he went back to go get it. Derp coming back to Norfair.
Interesting. Taking the ship refill, maybe?
That must have been it, yeah, because I think he's out of here now. Yeah.
Yeah. Techno took the farm in the Croc farm room. The Norfair farming room there.
Yeah.
I think that's
Derp
a good awareness from Wood, though.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you don't want to be sitting at under 3 tanks the entire time.
So now the deciding factor is where Derp goes next, and it looks like he's going down. Would you know? Or maybe just a save. Let's see where he's going. Yeah,
Yeah,
going down. Makes
he's going
sense.
down. Yeah. So he'll hit wreck ship and Turian, unless he's going. He might be killing Ridley now. He is killing Ridley now.
Makes sense.
Plenty of health to work with here. He's got the ammo. Not missing a super here is extremely important because you don't want to have to rely on power bombs.
Very
But that
nice
was a
fight.
well executed fight.
That's also why he took the ship refill. Very good awareness.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Going back, taking the save for a pivot out of a potentially bad zone. No, not taking the save.
No save. Oh, I think he's going right back to ship again.
Okay. Does he know he's not killed Crate yet?
I think he does. But yeah, I think he just values the refill more.
I can see it. Don't want to get another incident, you know? Oh, derp chatting.
Did he type in the room? Oh, Techno
yeah,
saying
that's-
this game genuinely sucks, and Derp says Ben saying.
But why though?
I don't know.
What happened? Oh, is it
Maybe they're
because
just-
both have found like 35 power bombs by now?
Could be. I
know we've
maybe they're
skipped a
just-
few.
Maybe they're just acknowledging how much of an RNG fest this particular seed is, with Criteria being the hub.
Okay, Techno going into North here. Okay, yeah, Techno is just looking for ammo, right? Techno's just looking for a way to kill Ridley.
Yeah.
So now he has to resort to other zones. So Derp is in the advantage in that department. Going down now. It seems Wrecked Ship was down here, right? Wrecked Ship
Yes.
then leads into Turian, and let's see if that is enough time waste to get Techno on full ammo for Ridley.
We'll have to see, because Norfair just really didn't have much that was close by. So I think this is another one that is going to come down to the wire. Derp
There's
finding
full ammo for Derp.
Yeah, so he has the advantage there. He just needs to locate Crate, and unfortunately he's taking the longest route possible to be able to do that.
The save here is still good, I think. So if he sees nothing is here, and then goes into Turian and nothing is there, he can revert and still keep the super.
Yep.
So Techno meeting unfortunate news here. Nothing is here.
Yeah, the
Two
way that
nothings right
Wreckship-
next to him.
the way that Wreckship and Turian connect and how it kind of spits you back out near the Meridian entrance is like the only thing that's good about that, but having to check two whole zones without any objective is the bad part for sure.
The bad part is also having to go through Shack Tool down there.
Yeah, very slow. And I think he sees that. He's like, all right, here we go.
We all love Shack Tool.
Speak for yourself.
Huh?
I kill Shack Tool every chance I get.
I mean, that's fine, he respawns. You'll never get rid of Shack Tool. Here we go.
Betty, yeah, he's just he's taking a break here to chat some more. Too bad he doesn't have grapple to advance Shack Tool by 1 pixel every grapple.
That works? That's a thing?
That does work. That is a thing, yeah.
Really? You just grapple Shack Tool and it moves him forward by 1 pixel?
Yeah, so you have to make sure that you hit Shack Tool on the top gear as it's coming down, but you can make it so that he skips sand blocks by doing that.
I gotta mess around with that. That sounds interesting.
It literally saves you like almost 0 time, but at least it's better than nothing.
So does arm pumping, right? So
I mean, yeah. But you can do a lot more arm pumps than you can grapples of Shack Tool in that time frame.
at least it gives me something to do, alright? Let me have
Exactly.
it.
No, that's exactly what I use it for. It's just something to do.
Arm pumping lets you BT skip though? No, it doesn't. It lets like one person on the entire planet BT skip, and that's Drewski.
What a jump into that room, derp! Holy, he pre-jumped into crab hole and just found his way up there extremely fast.
Yeah, that was sick. Nice refill here. So Techno's still not on full ammo, going down into wrecked ship again, question mark?
It seems like it. Man.
So yeah, derp finding, not bailing out. This was another power bomb, just wanted to mention that. So was a super up here. That's good for Techno. So it just needs one more super pack. Maybe down the sand pit. Maybe finds. Oh, nice.
Whoops.
Let's go.
That's what happens when you try and wall jump check that item and you don't quite make it. You just run straight into the grapple or the crumble blocks.
Another power bomb here. So I think we've seen like 40 power bombs now.
He does have the ammo for Ridley, but he's trying to get fully ready for Mother Brain as well since she's close by.
And there it is. I think Techno is just way closer here, so this looks very good for Techno.
Yeah.
And two supers down the sand pit.
Wow. Did Derp not check that before? I guess not.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, Techno's ready to finish this, and Derp still has to make his way all the way through Torian, back into Criteria, up into Meridia.
Yeah.
He'll find Kraid.
So, what was the difference maker here? Because both players just explored everything.
They did, but I think it worked out better because Derp's starting zone that he explored was Brinstar, and while that did give him so he went to Bryn, he came down to Norfair, then he went back to Bryn, and that did give him Dre right away, but then it gave him the longest route possible to have to go find Kraid. And although Techno started in Wrecked Ship, that at least made it so that he realized where all the bosses were before he got to Norfair. I think that's the difference maker here.
Yeah, Derp double dip B. Techno double dip Wrecked Ship, right?
He did, yeah. But it paid off, and he's still in a very close position to where Mother Brain is. Or Ridley and Mother Brain.
We have a save right next to Ridley as well, so that shouldn't be a problem. We have maybe Techno also remembers the ship refill in Norfair, being quite close.
Yeah. Taking that hit from the Key Hunter is a bit of a problem though, because his energy is still technically fine for Ridley, but it is much lower than what it could be.
I'm sure he will be fine.
Yeah, he should be okay.
Derp getting the unfortunate news here. Nothing here. Has to go back into C, into M. Perhaps another E-Tank. That's 2 bonus E-Tanks he's picked up.
And Techno starting his Ridley fight. 35 supers, he only needs 30 of them to connect.
Try to screw attack through Ridley. Only works if you dodge the tail still. The tail ignores your iframes. I think he missed one, yeah.
He did miss one. Slow. Ridley was dead there, but he just didn't line up the grab correctly. You want to get grabbed as Ridley is traveling back up from a pogo.
Yeah, not too bad of a time loss with the save being right here. Well, stay mistake again.
Yeah, it's I think it's Speed Booster that's messing with him.
For the
Not
first
getting-
swoop, most of the time you can just morph under Ridley, because the first swoop is always high. Well, not always, but most of the time.
Yeah.
So, looks like he's giving up. Grabbing some more HP.
Yeah, I think Batu E-Tank is along the way to the ship in Norfair. All he needs is like another couple E-Tanks and he'll be fine. He doesn't even have to go all the way back to the ship.
That's what he's doing. Techno giving derp away back into this game, I don't know. I don't know how close Crate was in Meridia, but having to do a whole nother zone where Techno's just cleaning up both Ridley and Motherbrain here in Criteria.
Yeah, I don't think this is Dirt being able to get back into this game, but I mean, if he continues to struggle on Ridley, that would be Derp's last hope here, is like 3 or 4 more Ridley deaths, but even then, I find that hard to foresee.
So both players are not feeling too well about how this game is going.
Probably not. They know that this seed ends up being like highly RNG.
The Techno passed by ship. He knows where ship is. He just didn't need to refill that ship. He probably maybe will after the Ridley fight. Tail for the 3rd time.
Yeah, he's missed 3 supers here, I think, so he's still okay. Okay, that should be it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Very nice X-ray grab.
So now he just needs to
looking
refill.
at this, looking for a refill. Don't see one. I see a health refill. There's the purple shaft farm bugs, but I think ship would still be faster by a mile.
I think so, yeah. Derp did find Crate here.
Seems like Techno is not going for ship. Nice quick kill. So this is still closer than it seems.
Yeah. Because the
Techno's...
Meridia exit will take him to the better side of getting over to Motherbrain.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's just good on ammo and health. Maybe a bit risky on health, but
a little risky, yeah, but wow, how did this end up being so much closer than I thought it would be?
yeah, they're just right next to each other. It's actually... oh my god, Derp is ahead. Just because he has the ammo. So yeah, Maria is actually not as bad as I thought it would be. The Ridley that's actually costing Techno here, I think.
Yeah, either he thinks he has charge, or
I think he's just going for these farm bugs down here. There were farm bugs to the right here. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Which are not even fast farm bugs, because you lose the health, so you get a lot of health drops. So even just the bot wound E-Tank would have been faster.
I am so opinion. Surprised.
Very nice zap skip. Oh, we have plenty of ammo for Motherbrain.
Yeah.
Plenty of ammo. So chat, escape time, I guesses? Any escape time, I guesses? What do you think? So ship is in Norfair, it's just to the left of Criteria.
I'm thinking like a minute. Like this shouldn't be that bad of an escape.
Might even be less. Maybe like 50 seconds. Don't damage down too far. Okay, very good.
Yep, he's good.
Also in Motherbrain. Again, very close race here.
Derp just watching the lobby, expecting Techno to finish any second here, but It's just a little bit behind, surprisingly.
I really did not expect this. That is, yeah, well, quickly things can turn around.
45 seconds. Zombie shop with the correct guess there. Quick draw with the correct guess. Metaphorical cookies to both of you.
So many metaphorical cookies.
I wonder what a metaphorical cookie tastes like.
Like metaphor.
As long as it's not a simile. Anyways, Derp somehow clutching this one out. I guess it had to be the Ridley deaths for Techno, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and the dubious decision of the farming place, I think.
yeah. And Derp takes a 2-0 over Techno.
GG's.
Very well done. I guess that goes to show you that it's never for sure. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Dragon being turbo bad for Techno was also a problem. That's true.
Very
Techno
true,
did
yeah.
struggle with Dragon. And there were a few small mistakes for both players, I think.
And we are joined by Derp here. Derp, GG's.
GG's.
Yo, GG's. I was actually still getting set up. I got dragged in here. Hopefully I sound good, though.
Yeah, you sound fine to us. And I
Yeah,
think we'll get Techno in here shortly.
Those were some interesting seeds. I did not like the second one. I felt like
Yeah.
it was a bit, I mean, the classic multi-cat situation where you have every path, pick the right one, good luck.
Well, not, yeah, like, so you have most of the world open to you, and also all 5 zones are connected to criteria. Have fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty bad. I assume Techno also last location grade.
He did not. He actually had all the boss locations known before you did.
Really? What happened then?
It's just
What?
Well, I guess we can wait if he's
Yeah.
joining. He can tell us. But yeah, I was pretty worried about that. I was also pretty worried in the first seed after the water room situation. I don't know why I was thinking I couldn't springball jump to the top left of Everest. I was like, yeah, I have to go through Spore Spawn, and then I messed up that jump, and that led to a whole situation in the first seed.
Right, yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
But other than that, I played that seed really well. And then
We're trying to
the
get
seed-
Techno an invite, then he'll be in right away.
Yeah. Yeah, your play for Seed 1 was definitely really, really good, Derp. I think the only thing that really hurt you in that one is feeling the need to keep Space Jump from Torian. I think you were probably keeping that for crossing Coliseum to get over to Wreck Ship if you needed to. But other than that, I think everything was just going in your favor for that one.
Yeah, I thought keeping space was probably a bit too greedy, but I don't know. I wanted it, so I kept it.
That's fair. I mean, it's a really good movement item, and I think there could be argument that it may save you time overall. And it was a long walk back from the Torian map to be able to hold on to it.
Yeah, it was a bit longer than I was thinking, but
I was even saying maybe even reverting back to Red Tower and just re-grabbing space would have been faster.
I also thought about doing that, and as I hit Red Tower again, I was like, maybe it would have been faster to just get this from the front again. I didn't want to do all the spring ball jumps again, though. I got to preserve the pause time, as you know.
We're joined by Techno as well. GG's.
GG's Techno.
Okay.
So
great.
Yeah, this quite a couple of interesting seeds that we had here. Let's Let's start with the first seed. The main differences we saw between you two for that one was that Derp committed early to a super only fight on Fantoon and made sure to clear Bryn before leaving there, whereas Techno, you found your way into Meridia first and then picked up some of the stuff there and made your way back to Brinstar before you went to the other regions, I think. That ended up losing you a little bit of time there, but you were catching up when Derp decided to keep space jumping Turian and make the full walk back from the map. That's kind of what made it pretty close between you two.
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed I didn't commit to the. I mean, it's all hindsight, but like, in a situation where you run into Fantoon that early, and you have super missiles but no missiles, it's like, I want to check around, see if I can find missiles of any kind, and it's just item after item. It's E-tanks and power bombs, and like, I went down after I blinded into power bombs. I blinded down into, like, well, not blinded, but I went back to the morph ball room to get the other item there, and it's nothing. There's 2 item tiles in item draft that have nothing, and it just so happened to be that one. And then I go to the left, E-tank. I go to the right, I find Varia, I get the map, and I'm like, whoa, there's probably missiles here. I'll just pick those up, go back for Fantoon, and then come back. Nothing. I had to do the entire loop downwards, and then I'm, going here and everywhere. I see high jump boots, and I do look for that. And
did you get missiles at like climb supers then?
I got missiles
somewhere in Meridia, I believe.
Somewhere in Bubble Mountain area, I think. Crumble Shaft on the left of Bubble Mountain.
Down in Meridia, or
Yep.
Up at the top of Bryn, or
Yeah, bottom left Meridia.
So I've been definitely burnt by not doing super only Fantoon early on too. It's just you learn from that, because I think Nido agrees with me. If you see Fantoon with supers only early on, you should just commit to it after maybe exploring 1 or 2 rooms next to Fantoon. Because even if you find a missile 2 rooms away, the 5 missile Fantoon fight is still pretty slow unless you do it optimally.
Yeah.
And just on hard tricky races, you are very likely to find an E-tank early on, because it's the guaranteed early filler, right? You're guaranteed to find progression early on, because the game somehow has to get you out of the starting zone. So just finding missiles very early on can already be difficult. And yeah, I've learned myself to just commit to Fantoon if you don't have missiles. It's just the knowledge you gain is so important, and we've definitely seen it in that seed. Just majority of the time, say from Derp, was doing Fantoon early.
I mean, with what happens on the second seed with Fantoon, it's definitely it doesn't matter if I have 5 missiles or just supers, I just need to do the fight. Because I have no idea how I got so unlucky in terms of slow after slow after slow, and then I miss the phase, and it's another slow while he appears again.
Yeah,
I
no
don't
missile
think I've
drops.
had a slower Fantoon ever.
yeah.
That's probably the worst I've ever done. I don't
There
think
was
it
actually
affects how the race
behind-
goes.
There was actually behind in that Fantoon fight, and he finished Fantoon before you. That was interesting to see.
Yep. And then Ridley, I assume it's because I don't have high jump, but because I know he swoops higher up on the first swoop, I assume, I'm just gonna screw attack through him, it'll be fine. But both of those attempts on 4+1, I got hit by the tail.
Yeah.
Was screw on the left side of Norfair? In the
No,
second
both
seed?
of you didn't go
Yeah,
there.
it's in Alpha PBs. Oh no, it's in Bryn. You have to go up through top of Everest to like beach, and then through climb 5 lees, maybe 5 lees. I think it was Ridley Farm as well. and then it takes you to Alpha BBs, and then it's behind the power bomb wall, which is stupid. I saw the other major. I probably should have. I thought about it, but I didn't check the major or check what the item was. In West Ocean, when I got there, I was like, I should probably check this because it could be something good. And then it ended up being a major. I'm like, oh well, if I saw that, I probably would have went back for it. But yeah, it's just having double supers in that sand pit as well as in Aqueduct itself. It's like, oh wow, 3 super missiles, and I went exploring everywhere for charge. I'm just not happy with the amount of power bombs in that seed, and I know there are a lot of people. I think we know who we're talking about here. There are a lot of people who are really vocal about there being too many super missiles and how charge barely gets used. But in a situation like this where you just don't get charged because the map's horrible, and then you don't get any supers because the map's horrible and gives you power bombs instead, is really, really frustrating. And like, I can understand lowering it by like, 1 or 2 packs, but it's just annoying when in these select circumstances you just get completely screwed over. It's just frustrating to me. It's probably obvious. I'm a little bit annoyed by my performance and by the power bombs, but I shouldn't let that influence kind of my opinion on the entire set, I guess. The first one I feel like I played alright. The second one, it's whatever.
Yeah, the second one really felt like both of you weren't really happy with how it was going. That's just, I think, the nature of the seed, having every zone connect to the starting area.
Yeah.
Techno was actually ahead most of the time, finding every boss way earlier than derp. Just at the end, struggling to find the ammo to kill Ridley. And also some struggles on the bosses, dying a few times to Ridley. A very, very slow Dragon fight, one barely enough health. So it just all comes together, and even then at the end it was very close, both of you finishing within 1 minute of each other.
I mean, I also had some struggles getting enough supers. I got like all the X's in Bryn where they were all super far apart, and luckily most of them were supers. Actually, I think I accidentally reset one.
Yeah, you did.
It's like, so that was epic. I had to go get that again.
Yeah. Derp, it couldn't have felt good, like, having been to all but one region and knowing that there's just the last objective there and figuring, Techno's probably taking a different route here or something to locate him. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I thought there might be a decent chance that we were on similar routes. Like, because I think you kind of have to go B and N at the beginning. It's really hard not to with the majors over there. And then, like, I guess you could not do what I did, which was take the T connection and wreck ship and then go up to Meridia and potentially skip Turian, which is what I was worried about. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to not hit Kraid late like I did. Maybe Techno just gamed though. Got to M way earlier.
Yeah, Techno's first zone out of Criteria was actually wreck ship.
Oh, okay.
So he did do the same thing with like trying to get all those initial majors, and that's where he ended up going first.
You go like wreck ship, Turian, Meridia.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just I think the issue was Techno not grabbing any of the X's in wreck ship and having to double dip at the end for enough ammo for a day and Mother Brain.
Yeah, that was actually part of the reason why I went to T instead of just resetting and like resetting back to Criteria, because I actually wanted the super that I found on Aqueduct, which is probably a little greedy, but I was barely enough ammo as it was.
I think it's a valid play.
Yeah. There were 2 more supers in the sand pit just below Aqueduct as well.
That's sick.
Yep. Yeah, I knew just because of how long I had to wait to get through to Torian from the bottom of wrecked ship, and then massive loop all the way up, and you get to the map, and it's like I I know I have the save. In all honesty, I probably should have went to BNN before I went to Meridia because it's way closer. Like I think with routing, that would have been. No, I wouldn't have had the mages from Meridia. But yeah, it's just it felt like it was so long because there was nothing in W and T. I just felt like I've lost so much time because I had to wait for Shaq. I had to, do the long route in Torian. I have to just try and gain that time back right now. And that's why I just, I instantly revert to Bowl Mountain. I know Spaze is in bowling, so I don't need to go back down there. I did notice that I was missing a super. I thought I had a Powerball from Aqueduct, but I kind of pieced it together. Oh, that X was a super because I'm down to 10 now. But yeah, I just felt kind of meh when I got to I finally get Dre and I'm like, okay, go back to Ridley, but I'm looking at my ammo. I'm doing the loop. I'm getting the spring ball item, going down Gauntlet, or Green Pirate Shaft. And it's just there's so many power bombs. Oh, yeah, it's just one of those seeds. It's unfortunate that that's what ended up being a tournament seed, but
Yeah.
That's the
I mean,
nature
yeah,
of
but
it.
both of you experienced that, right? Both of you experienced the abnormal amount of power bombs, the route through Shaktul, both of you did. The whole loop through Torian into Meridia, both of you did. So, while the seed was pretty awful, I don't think the routing you two did made too much of a difference. It just, I think mostly came down then to a mindset, seeing all these power bombs making you feel bad about how you're playing the seed. That can definitely affect how you play. I'm sure there's a god route you can do as well if you're someone else going somehow skipping Wreck Chip and Turian completely, going into Meridia, Brinstar, and then finding every boss.
I mean, these two end majors had to be good, right? I think the god route is just doing what I did, going to Norfair first, and then getting the whatever was there.
They must have
Those
been, yeah.
majors are so far away though.
Because there weren't that many.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so far away, but there's also a bunch of X's there. I think it was just a mistake for me to not go for them.
The thing about this seed is that anything that was good was so far away. Like the supers to collect in Brinstar were so far away, even though they were by Dragon, and you had kind of have to do that eventually. They're just very far away. The stuff in Meridia, like there were some close by majors. They weren't game changing or anything, but you still just kind of have to work your way around. Like there was nothing close by outside of Criteria that ended up being like worth it. So you kind of have to go out of your way in this one. That's just kind of how it worked out.
Yeah, it always feels really bad going out of your way like that, but sometimes you just have to. And I don't know if I picked the correct time to do so, getting all the Bryn X's. But I'm glad we both
charge sitting right there in Norfair. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad we were both shambling, so it ended up being a close race instead of just one person getting the things and the other person not. But I don't know. I don't like seeds like that. I've talked about it in the past, and I feel like most people would agree. They don't make for the most competitive races in general.
Yeah, that's rough. But despite all that, I mean, I think you both played pretty well. You both put up some pretty good times between the two seeds. Just slightly favored derp here in the end.
So it's a little bittersweet, honestly. I think a big reason I've been having so much fun with this tournament, both as a player and a viewer, is because of how many people who started with Map Rando are getting really good. And I think Techno is absolutely one of them. Like there was a while during when we were just doing season 4 practice races where Techno was just crushing everything. I think there was a day where he just won every single race we did. It's like, okay, this guy's cooking something. So it's a little bittersweet being the one to knock Techno down to silver bracket, but I'm happy that I'm staying alive in the tournament. And we'll see how far I can go this time.
Yeah, the growth is undeniable for sure. Like we've got a bunch of players that are starting to rise up the rankings, and it'll be really interesting to see how season 5 shakes out with the rankings as we make progress in that. I think we're bound to see some new names popping up into like the top 10, top 15 for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I mean, you're in top 8, right, Nito?
I am, yeah.
So that's already
Well,
one new face in the top 8. New as in not from the last tournament, but
right.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. I think this tournament's going to be a lot of fun, and I think the future is going to be even more fun.
Absolutely.
So one final question for you, Derp. Your next opponent will be Andy, it seems like. So how are you feeling about that?
I mean, Andy's always a scary opponent because he does a lot of weird stuff, and it seems to work out a lot. I think I said something similar to this when I faced him last tournament. And honestly, the one I lost against him wasn't even him doing anything weird. He just, the first seed in that series, he just cooked unreal. So, I don't know. He's a good player. I would not be surprised if he takes me down in the rematch, but definitely looking forward to that series.
Yeah, looking forward to it as well.
And Techno, there's still plenty of map rando to play in the silver bracket. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it because I probably get a higher placement in silver than I will in gold. But I'm a bit disappointed, kind of, in my performance throughout kind of the tournament overall, I guess. I feel like I just don't have enough experience in these kind of, scenarios, and nerves definitely get to me. I don't know if it was kind of mentioned, but in the race time chat before the second race, like, my legs were weak as heck. Like, as soon as it gets to a point where I'm like near the end of a seed and my opponent's not finished, I'm like, I could feel my heart going, and it's horrible. It genuinely a terrible experience, but it's also kind of exciting. I do enjoy it, but
yeah, I can guarantee I can guarantee you that it is purely just an experience thing. The nerves themselves, they don't really ever go away, but what does change is how well you can handle them. So once you get some more experience under your belt, I think you'll find that like you're able to push through that, and yeah, it's tough. It does change your decision making. Sometimes it doesn't even make it feel like you're just playing differently, but the more you do it, the more you get accustomed to it. And I think it's like this whole tournament experience is going to help you out quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any final comments? Derp, anything from you?
Shout out to the animals I saved in the first seed.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
Wow.
Yes,
The BM.
Derp did save the animals.
It was right there. It was
Where
one
were
run
they?
away. I had to.
Yeah.
Oh, as in connected to what room was
The post-croc farm room.
Mhm.
that?
on the way out.
I did see that,
Yeah.
but okay.
Yeah, I as soon as I saw him down, I'm like, wow, that's just like imagine if that game gets decided in the 5 seconds that you spend on doing that. But
I mean, it wasn't even 5 seconds, but
that,
I don't
the
know,
5
maybe-
seconds just comes from like room transition. Like, but all right, any final words from you, Techno?
Yeah, just GG. They were fun-ish seeds, but I'm just looking forward to playing more in general in standard races. I feel like that's a better, it's less stressful environment to go against each other. But no,
For sure.
these were great. Hope you're gonna have a great time against Andy in the next match. Did he kick me out of gold or silver last tournament? One of them. I was like 6 seconds away from him in one of the races. He's a scary guy. But no, best of luck with that. Hope you beat him, maybe. But I hope Andy beats you as well.
I'll do my best.
But yeah, no. Big GGs, and thanks a bunch.
All right, Lopter, any final words from you?
Nope. I said everything I wanted to say.
Cool. On behalf of SpeedGaming, thank you to both of our racers for putting on a good show for us. Thank you to Lopter for the commentary, Rubu for the tracking, and everyone else for watching. Make sure you follow everybody involved here. Check it out in the chat to get links to everybody's channels. Until the next time, we will see you for more exciting Map Rando Tournament action coming soon to a screen near you. See you all next mission.